Hi Aries, welcome to your reading for the 11th to the 17th of May 2020. This reading won't resonate with everybody, it's impossible to, but if you're able to get some advice, get a message, just get a heads up, you may take some direction from, all the better. Okay, so the overall theme for your reading this week, Aries, is find the blessing in your current situation. Nice. Nice, good advice. Good advice. So I'll chat about that while I get these cards ready to put down. Now, it speaks for itself really. It is, and it is going into a place that is more connected with things around you, Aries, where you're sort of opening your eyes more. You know, getting a clearer vision of what's actually happening around you, how that impacts you, what that means for you, and how that really, you know, brings your life to, gives it light, gives your life light, you know, just makes your day a bit easier, or you know, helps you in the general direction of where you need to go. So we can have another look at that a bit later. Let's get these cards down and see how this pans out for the rest of the reading. So we have the Five of Staves, Four of Swords, the Moon, Two of Swords, Justice, the Queen of Swords, the Sun, Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Maid of Vesicas. Nice. Okay, so the overall energy for your reading this week, Aries, is this being able to release your pent up energy, your frustrations. You know, maybe you've been a bit irritable of sorts lately, and you've been sort of maybe going off a little bit, and you know, this is really showing that there has to be some focus for your energy. So if you're finding that you are, you know, exploding a little bit, or you know, having a few arguments where they maybe shouldn't have happened, or you're just, you know, really just feeling out of sorts. Now, this is asking you to focus your energy into, so that you may dissipate any sort of negative energy, any energy that is a bit overwhelming at the moment. So there is that focus. Now, the Five is all about freedom and change, and this is empowerment. So this really will allow you to be a little, you know, be more empowered through this week, be standing more in your power, and be able to you know, conduct yourself in a way that's going to be more appropriate for how you feel and how you want things to go. Now, this is what crosses this, Aries. You need to rest, and not just talking about having a quick nap. This is talking about real deep rest. This is talking about healing rest. This is about recharging yourself. This is really about nurturing, going within, spending some time with yourself, really putting you above everything else. Very, very important. Very important, Aries. Can't stress it enough. Your mindset at the moment is that you're still a little confused about what's going on. There may be some intuitive messages that are coming through. Well, there will be intuitive messages coming through for you, and you're wanting to work out what they are. You're wanting to see beyond the shadows that the moon and the darkness causes. You're wanting to have things illuminated. You're wanting to become more wise in the situation there. Okay, and at the basis of your reading here, Aries, is Two of Swords. So, you know, you are looking for some balance. You are looking for some equilibrium. You are looking to feel a bit more solid and a bit more grounded in yourself. And, you know, you're not quite sure how to do this at the moment, because as we saw with the moon, you're still not quite sure how you're going to tackle this and how you're going to go forward. We'll see as we go through your reading. In the past, you've been wanting balance as well, so there's a bit of balance work going on here for you, Aries. And you're wanting to make it so that things are working out in everybody's favour. So there may have been some legal situation going on at the moment, because we've got the Justice card here. But it is really about working with whatever it is, what energy it is. You were working with it and trying to make it come out for everybody. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Swords in your immediate future. Now, the Queen of Swords is Libra energy, but it will be you, unless it's somebody who's going to be giving you some advice. Now, the Queen of Swords has removed the mask. There is no longer this energy, because there's that ability to be able to see now. Everything that was hidden is now coming away. There is also, with the Queen of Swords, she is good at communicating. She can get a point across. People will listen to her, but she knows what she's saying as well. So she's studied. She's become, very authoritative on what she knows, and and an expert of sorts. Now, this is about ideas as well. So, there may be some ideas that are coming either through to you from Spirit, or they're coming from the Queen of Swords there. Okay, now, this is you. You're full of... You're wanting to be that ray of sunshine. You're wanting happiness. You are happiness. You are... you're actually doing really well in this week, even though you're a little bit, sort of, undecided and a bit, maybe feeling a little bit stuck which way to go. You're still being happy. You're still being positive. You're still, seeing the bright side of life, and you're enjoying this week, which is lovely. And it's great. But this is you in the situation, because you have had it hard, and you're over it now. You're ready to move on from that. Part of moving on from situations that didn't benefit you, or were hurtful, or there was heartbreak, or there was some trauma, or whatever it was. The part of that is the grieving process, Aries. And this is saying that you're going to be grieving, but not grieving for what you lost, but grieving for, the opportunities that may have gone by that you weren't able to grasp hold of. This is also, we can grieve for the old us. That you may be grieving for the old you. You may be grieving for something that's gone in the past that you really did want to keep, you wanted to hold on to. You can also be grieving for something that wasn't good, and it's time to say goodbye. End of that cycle is there, which is fabulous. Right, now your hopes and fears are the Ace of Swords. So we've got Excalibur there. So you're wanting to find the Holy Grail. You're wanting to find this is ideas stuff. So you're wanting to, your mind and your heart and your soul all to work together, so that you're able to make some really strides forward in your journey, and how you're viewing everything, and as we had here at the theme was find the blessing in your current situation. So this is really where you're heading for too. So you've got some synchronicity there, which is really awesome. So you're definitely on the right track there. Now, the outcome for your reading there, Aries, is the Maid of Vesicas. So that's really, really nice. It's nice in the fact that, even though things aren't going to be going full steam ahead, they are starting to grow, and you are starting to move forward. You are progressing. There is some forward movement. But you're starting from a point where you are, it's a new... you're going from the new. So what that is good for there, Aries, is that what you're building from there is going to be based on what you wanted to build. It's something that you're looking forward to achieving, accumulating, manifesting. So, even though it may be sort of a slow progress, or it may seem like you've gone back to square one, this is where you really needed to be at. So we're at the base here. So, that is just finding out more about yourself, and what you're wanting to achieve, and where you're wishing to go to. So a really nice energy anyway, Aries. All right, let's have a look. A couple of clarifiers for your reading here. I'm wanting to look at this 5 of Stars and 4 of Swords there together. So we have the, the focus of the energy and the resting. So let's see what this is bringing. Yes, so we've got the 4 arrows again. So yes, definitely take some time out to make, just to almost like feather your nest, or get things in place, and start to sort of look at what needs to be mended, and what you need to do in order to just focus on you. So definitely focus on you. Focus on you there, Aries. Okay, so let's look at why we've got this 2 of Swords here. Okay, let's have a look. What we've got here, we've got the Emperor, which is you. That's the Aries card there, the Emperor. So yes, you're unsure. You know, you're trying to find who you are. You're trying to find out who you are. You're trying to get to get some information, to get some wisdom, to get some messages maybe, or to just, have a sort of light bulb moment, or even just to find out things slowly as you go. But you're wanting to find out things about yourself there, Aries, because you're undecided at the moment, or you're feeling a little bit like you're not quite sure. Maybe if it's not that you don't know who you are, but you're not quite sure if you're actually been living the life that you've been wanting to. And I know this sounds really, really heavy, but it's also a really good week this week to start to look at what you want. Start to look at you and how you want to focus on you. So the focus is definitely going to be on you. Yeah, nice. Okay, so what we got here then? Why don't we look at the Nine of Swords that morning? Ending of the cycle. Yeah, so the Princess of Arrows. So you are moving, you are finding your way. You're getting some ideas, some inspiration. You're starting to, we had that focus before. So you are starting to focus on things, you are starting to start, you're looking forward, as well as looking up. You're looking forward, and you're seeing which way you actually want to go, and how important that is to you, and what is needed, the Apprentice. So we're starting afresh again, like the Maid of Issachars. You're starting out from a fresh perspective, and that means that you can now start in a way that brings you to the point where you're aiming for, not the point where you've been pushed into. Alright, so I'm going to pull 2 cards for the Maid of Issachars here. And because to find the blessings in your current situation fell over, I'm going to maybe pull a couple of cards for there just to see what's going on there, because that seemed to have some importance. So here we have the 5 of Stones. So, yes, so it is about balancing things. It is about really, trying to make everything work. So it's about taking responsibility, but wanting to maybe not. Maybe you're at a point where you just want to let your hair down. You don't want to think about things anymore. You don't want to get bogged down. And, with the Maid of Issachars, it's saying that it is a slow progress, but you will start to make headway, and that will make you more sort of, you'll be more encouraged financially, and even when everybody else is having fun, and maybe you're wanting to travel, maybe you're wanting to buy something really cool, and you're holding back, yes, so here we have the Death card, which is Sunset, and which is transformation. So you are going to be doing things differently from after this week. There's going to be, as I said, that healing time. You're going to be finding some focus, and you're going to be actually moving in a new direction, or in a new way come the end of the week there, Aries. So that's really, really cool. And we've got the 4 there, which is, that's 4 is firm foundations, and that's what you're aiming for, to bring that stability into your life. Okay, so I don't normally pull a clarifier for the card that we first pulled, the overall theme, but yes, as I said, I think we need to. With that falling over, it's drawn my attention. So, alright, so then we have the 2 arrows, which was that 2 of Swords before that we saw. So yes, that direction, that focus on you, that finding out what you need in order to, to get, this is for self-esteem, this is for self-worth, this is really, getting messages from your ancestors, to, just really honing in on what is coming forward for you. Okay, and here we have the 9 of Stones. Yes, so the 9 of Pentacles. So you definitely have, you are putting roots down. You are starting to grow. You are starting to move forward. So there is that, that golden castle in the background there. So, you're well on your way to achieving some things. You just got to realise that at the moment it is what it is, and you are where you are. Nice. Okay, so last card we're going to pull is the Talking to Heaven card, and this is somebody that has passed over, that you, somebody close to you, And they're going to be with you this week, Aries. This is the message they're giving you as you go into this week. Now, they're saying we are so connected. So, yes, so that's a rule, as it says, we are so connected. So, there's a lot of energies that have passed over that are actually looking after you at the moment, Aries. There is a lot of guardians, a lot of angels, a lot of, your ancestors. There's a whole lot of, loved ones and that just sitting over there. They're all getting together. They're all going to lend you your strength, because this is quite a big week for you, Aries. You're not going to realise it at the time, but once you go through this, you will not be the same person. So you're going to need, they've got your back, and they're saying that you're all connected, so you are not alone. Well, that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So we're going to leave it at that. So you have the most amazing week, Aries, and I can't wait to see how it unravels for you and how you get on with all of that. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.